back to another episode of the SiXFramesPodcast.
Let's get it.
Episode 20.
It's the double digits number 2.
That's right. This episode is sponsored by the letter E and 3. But before we talk about that, let's introduce ourselves. We have Kevin.
Clear.
Lamp.
I'm back, bitches. Zed.
Oh shit, he's back.
He's back.
For one time only.
Limited time offer.
He's a Taco Bell deal.
Yep. Taco Bell deal.
I'm like the nacho fries. I'll come back every few months.
Actually, that's pretty accurate. That is pretty accurate. I can't lie. Good one.
So, let's talk about E3. How you? Well, Matt, you've seen the majority of everything.
Yep.
So, tell us what you think about this year and what you getting be broke.
It like overall, like if I was to like compare everything, it was a pretty okay E3. It wasn't as great as it wasn't better than like last year's or even 2017, which I thought was like the best one.
Yeah.
But like everyone did a solid job this year. Not everyone, I can't say.
Because there's no Sony. So.
Yeah, and I mean honestly, for Sony, since I don't think they really had any like new games that were coming out. They're probably just still building up on like all the other stuff that they made, like that they showed last year, like The Last of Us 2 and
the Samurai game.
The Samurai, exactly.
Yeah.
Days Gone, exactly. That already came out. So
that new patch came out a few days ago.
There it is. So like they pretty much had themselves busy, and so like not attending E3 is like, I mean, it's not that big of a setback because I think they already revealed like a lot. Like they had like a Sony Direct sort of like months before E3 came out, so that was like sort of like their way of like showcasing like some new games that's coming out like in the near future or that's that's already been announced. So that's for Sony. Everyone else,
SOL. SOL.
SOL.
Shit out of luck.
Not me, no, because like Nintendo for me Nintendo did a pretty amazing job at E3, and not because I'm a Nintendo fanboy, but because like they sort of had like more. They had almost as many games as Microsoft did, which like they showed like 60 games. Yeah. But like most of Nintendo's games all had like at least gameplay and release dates at some point.
And they were like candy. They were like throwing candy.
They were like legit candy. Like everyone was like
everyone was a fat kid.
Like, ooh, yeah, let me have that one. Let me have a Snicker. Let me have a piece of Skill. Let me have a Starburst. Ooh, this is good.
Yeah, we're the one that don't fall in there. Don't fall.
Nintendo Direct E3 was like pretty good. Microsoft's, theirs were, it was good, but not like
mind blowing. Yeah,
because like what Zed told me like beforehand, like it's pretty much it was you who told me that. You said that most of the games that they showed were like cross platform. So like because Sony wasn't there, like they pretty much had like all the games to like showcase, and they're not really like exclusives. They're like just just games. Yeah. So like you have like the new Dragon Ball game, you have
the Cyberpunk.
Get up, Samurai.
You have like all these cool indie games. Like they have some cool indie games, and it's like nice to see like some actual color in like a Microsoft presentation.
Yeah. Also some sequels of indie games, that Hollow Knight 2.
Oh hell yeah, that looks good. And what was that other game? Borderlands 3.
That the one dude with the goatee, I was watching him the gameplay a little bit trailer for him. It was kind of like a little tease. I'm like, yo, this dude's fighting like John Wick in here.
And speaking of John Wick, he made his appearance too.
He's also got a game coming.
Yep, in the Cyberpunk 2077. No.
John Wick Hex. There's a video game coming out that is a John Wick game. Movie. Yes.
Oh shit, that's legit. Let's get it. But Keanu Reeves was actually in the game Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
He was just a regular dude, but everybody for some reason made him the god of being nice.
I mean, like you can't lie. Like just that moment was like
that moment was great.
Like the best moment of E3 because like it was just so wholesome. It was just legit wholesome.
Huh? You're breathtaking.
Because Keanu Reeves is a very humble man, so that's why people like him a lot. So.
I just want to get one of his motorcycles one day.
Yeah, but see how we're talking about him, but like. No, he's a regular dude.
Yeah, he's just a regular dude.
Yeah,
he's like if one of us became an actor.
Yeah.
Well,
okay, maybe not you two.
Well, there's a lot.
Everyone's different.
When we got money, right, and we're poor, and we get money, it's gonna be a whole different other problem.
I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying that everyone's different.
Okay.
Just the way Keanu, the way he handles it is just so nice. And even that, like I've seen like pictures of him taking pictures of like with fans and they're female, and he doesn't really touch them. And everybody's like, oh, he knows the meta.
He's got that ghost tip.
You know why?
He knows the meta, and he ain't catching no hands from y'all.
Because he doesn't want to catch that case. That's why.
Exactly. He ain't catching nothing.
Oh,
He knows.
bother.
He knows. He knows how it works. So he's like, I ain't having none of that. But yeah, Bethesda, heavens know what the fuck they're doing. They're eating some kind of ass. I don't know whose.
We're sorry.
Get out of here.
And
You were once God, but you fall to grace.
How the mighty have fallen.
the story of Icarus right there, bro.
We thought we were following the chosen one. Turned out he was Judas.
He was flying too close to the sun.
Way too close. And,
I believe I can fly. Nope.
But that Doom, though.
I mean, yeah,
That is the only saving grace they got.
it looks great. Can't wait for that. Like you're just jumping and flying. But like we gotta like at least organize ourselves from here. So I guess we'll start off with Microsoft since we're already talking about about that. So they. All right, go ahead. You can
Go ahead. Talk about it. But before you start, is this the true sequel to the last game? What's your thought?
They did not give us Sugar Honey Iced Tea. They literally just showed a quick little clip, and then they're like, hey, we're boosting it up to 120 frames per second, which, mind you, pretty impressive for that part right there.
No, of course it is. No shit it is. It's just...
But, yeah, no, they just showed a quick little scene where there's ships being attacked, and the guy's freaking out, and then you just see the Master Chief armor, and that's pretty much it. I'm like, okay, how's the play? Is it like Halo 1, where you can only hold one pistol, or you can dual wield like Halo 2 and 3? I want to know.
No, it's a teaser.
I want to know.
But they did listen to the fans' complaints about Halo 4 and Halo 5, where Master Chief's armor, how do you go from this armor looking from Halo 3 to this one you got in Halo 4 when he just woke up out of a time stasis? Did Cortana change him while he was asleep?
But you know what I feel like when I saw that shit? I feel like that's like a remake.
I feel like what they're doing...
Like a reboot.
Yes. I feel like what they're doing is it's either going to be a reboot of the whole Halo series, or it's going to be a reboot...
Starting from 3.
No. Starting from the beginning. Like a whole reboot.
You think? I don't think so.
I hope they don't, but what I really want them to do is a reboot from 4. Because 4, to me, was just a face-down nosedive. And 5... You've heard my multiple 5
yeah,
but we're not doing that here, people. I do like how they made the armor look like classic Halo 3, Halo 2, Halo 3 armor. So I'm just curious to see what else they're going to show us. Other than, hey, we just boosted some stuff. That's it.
I actually want to hear about how you think about Gears. Oh, there.
I can't wait.
This man's waiting for the comic book, and
it came out the first. So when they dropped the trailer for Hive Busters, I'm sitting there going, "That's the fucking comic. That's the fucking comic. That's the comic I'm reading. That's the comic." It's literally like as I'm watching, I'm like, "I remember that in the comic. I remember that in comic." They didn't spoil much, but that's basically what the first comic was these 3 guys. They put these things on their face so they could wake up within the pods, because in Gears 4, you had these guys called the Snatchers, which would take you to the Hive, and they'd put you in these pods that would drain your life energy. And either
like in Aliens, yeah.
Yeah, no, but instead of thing coming out of your chest, you would mutate into one of the swarm. But I'm interested to see what the new weapons. I think it's really cool that you're playing as Cat. I want to know what happened to JD's face, why he's fucked up the way he is.
It looks like he got cancer or something.
Not just cancer. It looks like someone beat the crap out of him and then put cancer on his arm. He's wearing like in the past E3. Yeah. He had this weird thing on his arm that looked like a bad burn. He had to hit something to heal it. Papa Marcus is back. Still looking for that pop.
And speaking of pop, they have the Gears of War pop too, coming out for the iOS and Android. The game I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the pops.
No, I'm talking about the pops. I'm talking about the game.
I kind of like how my favorite part in Gears 2 is kind of where they went to like the snow areas. So I kind of like that. So when they're bringing that back, when you see some of the trailers, they're in cold areas and stuff like that. I heard there's going to be more choices, kind of like what they tried to do with Gears 3. I mean, not Gears 3, Gears 2. So I'm interested to see what they do this time. And I heard your main man Del is your side character that works with.
How y'all think about the Star Wars? Like, I'm not a big Star Wars fan.
Which
But
are you talking about? The Last Jedi?
No, the Star Wars
The
Jedi
Star Wars
Fallen
game.
Order.
Oh,
the game.
that's what I meant.
It
Looks generic as hell.
No, I got
It
you.
looks generic.
I got you. It's the reboot of Star Wars: The Force Unleashed.
It's pretty much that.
If you ever played Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, which was my favorite series, and they never gave us the third one, they just left us with a freaking cliffhanger. Why George Lucas?
He needed money, so he started.
Yeah, he literally does the second one, and then he sells the company. We never got closure.
But no, that game.
It'd be like that sometimes.
And you watch the gameplay, and I'm like, this is the Force Unleashed. What are you talking about? This ain't new.
It's just the Force Unleashed, but not just that. It's just that graphically it looks good. It looks superior to the new. But the way the game is played is just very by the numbers. Catch. I could do little cool, slow
Lightsaber
motion in
throws.
time, and the laser will shoot the other guy, and I could block stuff and shoot back the lasers and stuff. It's by the number type of.
I will say the only thing that I wish they had kept from the Force Unleashed was you could choose to be as Sith as you wanted to, so you had different endings, so you would turn into like this Sith Lord kind of guy, or you could choose a good path. And
Yeah, but this game didn't explain
I know
that,
they
so
don't
have
even.
it.
They don't, but that's what I'm saying. They force you to be a Jedi. It's not like you
Yeah,
have
but
the choice.
but it's not a sequel to The Force Unleashed.
No.
This is a new game, which
I know,
is
but
about a Jedi.
they could have done it where I don't know if it's
Yeah, but I
if
don't
he's
think-
going to be going the way of the Jedi,
Nah,
or if he starts going that way and falls off the path. Because
he's a Jedi. Some whatever run of the mill Star Wars game. You being a Jedi, you fight. It looks alright. I mean, I don't know. Probably this looks like an early access gameplay. So maybe as the years go by, when does this game come out? Do they have a release date or no?
Let's see what they say here. Let's see. No release date.
No
yet.
release date. So probably next E3, you probably get more gameplay, more of new things. Something that probably will be more tangible for people to buy, but I don't know. Probably there's people out there that like it. To me, when I saw it, it felt like, the other Star Wars game.
Force Unleashed, we went down a grade. It's 1.0, not 2.0.
Dang.
Yeah.
But I'll take it back if next trailer drops my mouth. So like you hear a thud, that's my jaw hitting the floor. I'll be like, all right.
Oh, the initial release date for it is November 15th. My bad. So
Really?
it's coming out this year.
This
apparently.
year?
Yeah.
Boy.
They better be dropping a lot of trailers in the next 2 months.
This is like aside from the Star Wars. What do you guys think of GhostWire? Cause
Ghost what?
I think it's called GhostWire. You've seen that trailer? It's from Bethesda.
GhostWire is from Bethesda. Well, we haven't gotten to Bethesda
Oh,
yet.
well.
Well,
Because I have quite a few things to say as an outsider looking in.
oh, okay, interesting. Finally,
Quit creeping in that window, girl.
you'll finally start to talk about video games.
No.
This is a treat, y'all. This is a treat.
Oh boy.
All right, the other game that I was actually curious about y'all opinions on. Hold on, let me see if I could. Ooh, don't
Yeah,
tell me
you got
I'm
the
wrong.
list. I don't got nothing.
Woo. Elden Ring.
What?
The Elden Ring. This was the game that George R.R. Martin was working with.
Oh, yes.
From Software and Bandai Namco to make that fantasy action RPG.
It just felt like Dark Lord of the Rings.
That's.
It's
I don't even watch the Lord of the Rings. I just feel like that's Lord of the Rings, dude.
It's kind of what it is.
It literally feels like Dark Lord of the Rings, and by Dark Lord of the Rings, it's like Sauron's the good guy in this one. But instead of wanting the One Ring to rule them all, he wants all the people to rule them all.
Or another Game of Thrones.
That it's gonna have that liking to it.
Yeah, but that seems like a good. I don't know what to expect. It seems like it's a good idea, a good game.
It might have a great story.
Yeah, it
I
might
just
have
need to see more
it's gonna get a great story.
It's gonna have a great story.
It's gonna have a great story.
As long as it doesn't end like season 8.
When 8 episodes turn to 6. And 2-hour episodes turn to 30 minutes.
That's gonna hurt.
Boy. When
And-
one
and-
war ends in 24 hours.
And redemption arcs aren't a thing.
Bro.
You know what I'm talking
Bro.
about.
Let me get out of this, bro. So they also announced Battletoads Never played that.
Battletoads, what I could say, one of the hardest games ever made for the original NES. So what is this, a new one? Or is this a prequel?
It's...
Prequel series? Or is it like a
question? I don't know. It's probably I would say... Like,
I didn't see that one. I didn't see Battletoads. I heard of it, but I didn't see it. But hopefully, I don't know. What do I expect in the game? Hopefully it's an action, platformer. Or it's probably something else.
No, it's still... I think it's still
an action platformer?
Yeah.
Yeah. It has, a big fist and punch things.
Well, to, like, what technology has now.
Oh, yeah.
So it's pretty much updated.
Updated graphics
everything
and all,
almost everything they have. Like, they changed, like, some of the direction, the camera angles of, like, certain, certain scenes and stuff. So, who knows? Who knows?
I think that was another one day, once we get it, we see it, and we, if we play it or not, we'll
get that feeling of it.
We get that feeling of what it is, yeah.
I heard that supposedly a lot of people didn't like Battletoads because it looked quote unquote like a mobile game.
Really?
Like if you apparently because I've seen some videos and comments online, and supposedly a lot of people didn't necessarily like it because it looked too much like a cheap mobile game or something like that, and it kind of didn't have the charisma and the personality that the first game had.
I could see that.
So a lot of people weren't too happy about this new, I guess, update of the game.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna say the character designs for them, they look pretty weird to me. Like, I mean, like I said, I never played the game and I played the originals, but they look pretty weird.
They look like I went and I got it right now. They look like Flash characters.
Yeah.
And I guess I know what you mean. They look like mobile games, so they look like Flash characters. So because they were promising us like a 3D version, but now I'm seeing this now, I'm like, oh boy, I don't know if this is gonna do good. But it looks like it might be playable. But it looks like that beat 'em up game.
Yeah.
The beat 'em up Power Rangers game that came out way back.
Don't know which one you're talking about, but
I do.
Like a lot of...
I do. And
it's like kind of like it has the same kind of art style, kind of flashy, like Flash animation,
Like that's the one you play on the PC, like on the computer, back in the olden days.
But by looking at the gameplay, it looks pretty, like in the older games.
It looks pretty.
It looks pretty. No, it does look pretty. I give it that. And it does feel like a mobile game, but I mean, I don't know. We gotta play it. Is it only exclusive for Xbox or is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is exclusive.
This one's exclusive. Yeah. Rare. Oh yeah, because it's rare. Xbox have Rare. That's why we can't have a Banjo Kazooie game.
Because they won't make it.
But
he made it in Smash. We'll get to that later. They also like showed off the Blair Witch video game.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It looked pretty good.
If you see all the movie, like the original movie, not the second one or these remakes, which are trash, then it kept to the horror. I was sitting there going like, "Stop filming, run, you SOB, run! Stop being stupid.
Use your legs. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't care if you're tired. Keep running. This ain't Slender Man. Keep running."
It's another like Slender Man type of thing.
The first Slender Man.
Yeah, you got the walkie-talkie and you move around and something grabs you type of game. I don't know. I mean, the thing is like it's like a lot of these games are from properties and they're kind of taking games from things that happened already, like Slender Man and what's the other horror game? You go to the asylum.
Outlast.
So it's a lot of those games. So hopefully this game stands out, to the other ones.
I don't know. I hope so. That's all I can hope for. I actually want to get a little bit into like Cyberpunk 2077 because
pre-ordering that shit.
I'm not gonna lie, it looks great. Obviously, it looks gorgeous. I'm not gonna go ahead and like repeat what everyone already has in their minds. I'm just curious about one thing.
Yes.
Because the last gameplay, we sort of focused around a female character and her friend going to like this sort of transaction with these other games. Mm-hmm. And in this one, we're actually a guy who lost his partner or brother.
Partner. It's the same guy. It's the same from the previous gameplay.
I gotta see the first one again.
Because he had a ponytail.
Yeah.
He had a ponytail, and this one he doesn't have a ponytail.
So pretty much my question is it going to be like multiple stories in the one game, or is it going to be like two, like several stories that eventually intertwined into one? It's pretty much
like so. That. It's you pick your gender, and you go out, you do adventures, you have side stories, and you have the main story plot. You know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. That's
what
why.
You mean.
Because there was a screenshot. I don't know if it was fan made or from CD Projekt Red. A lot of people were saying it was from CD Projekt.
No, if you watch.
No, that was saying because they made this guy look like Geralt, which is from The Witcher, which is another game CD Projekt Red's made as in the game.
Yeah.
So they're saying, and like, hey, check this out. What do you think? And they're saying maybe it's customizable because of that came out.
Yeah, in the game, and they noticed they talked about it when they were showcasing the gameplay last year or a couple years ago. That the characters, you can pick your gender and you can customize them. You can look however you want, wherever nationality, whatever you want. And the way you customize is that your clothes are like an RPG, like your armor, and whatever clothes you pick gives you different stats and abilities. So the way you customize is by, hopefully you get the right stuff you like or you don't like, and you put them all together.
Look suave to the story.
You see some of the jackets with the gang logos on them, where like there was a demon head and you saw mouth open and smoke come out. There's one with a dragon where it was like breathing fire through its nose.
Oh, that's dope.
And it is open world, right? It's open world.
It's going to be an open world. I'm curious to see
first
how they're
person view.
Because I wonder if it's going to be kind of like Dying Light, which 2 is coming out. But
yeah.
I wonder if it's going to feel like that, because I felt janky as hell when I was playing Dying Light because it was first person the entire time. Mm-hmm. Just like, did I grab that? And then your guy goes up, yep, I grabbed that. Half the time I was like, I don't even know if I grabbed this or if the game's just grabbing it. I don't know.
That's why it's going to be interesting because you drive vehicles. You drive a car, a motorcycle.
It'll feel like Far Cry at that point.
It will feel like Far Cry, but hopefully it doesn't, because Far Cry kind of feel a little janky when they drive. It's kind of like kind of like really loose. So hopefully this one feels kind of cool and tight,
Probably will.
Talk to Rockstar. They got that first person driving down.
Yeah. Just hire someone from there. Bring them onto the studios and let them work on it.
They're probably working in that game as we speak.
All right, last few games we want to talk about.
And hold on, and Keanu Reeves, what's his part in this game? Oh no. That's why we pre-ordered.
Because he said, because one of the clans is the samurai, so, one of the gangs. He's like, get up, samurai. So I'm like, is he part of the samurai gang? Is he another gang?
I don't know,
is he another guy that's underground trying to break this gang war apart or some shit like that?
Just pre-order the game, you'll find out.
Hey, you know what? That pre-order pack...
Looking mighty slim.
My wallet's gonna be starving for a couple days, weeks, months, years.
I need some money. Sorry,
I'm broke, man.
I'm sorry, wallet.
This is the government. Hey, are you gonna pay your taxes?
I ain't got no money.
Hey, yo, man, it's Cyberpunk 2077, man. Please have mercy. Well, let it slide. Can I play 2? No, bro.
It's like, just let us know when the Keanu part comes up. I'll pause and wait for you guys to get here. Play that, and you just see me sitting on the couch with like all the police around me, like, and they start, get up, samurai. Air horns and pom poms everywhere.
Oh, good party. Last few games, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't trust any games anime related, so
especially from Bandai.
Especially from Bandai, because like Jump Force was awful.
Jump Force, T-Pose, T-Force.
And that one World Seeker, that shit was terrible. Like,
it's just boring.
Out of here. And then this one is pretty much like playing it's like playing Xenoverse and Xenoverse 2, except besides making your own characters, you're just playing as Goku throughout the whole story. I don't know how far the story's gonna go. From
what it looks like,
they're going to go from the beginning to like all the way to where we left off in Dragon Ball Super. That's what I'm hoping at the least. And it's an RPG, action RPG. It still looks, I can't lie, it looks clean, it looks great, like all the other Bandai Namco games. It's just when it comes to gameplay, you already know there's gonna be some kind of
Hacky
doo-doo
shit
going on,
yeah.
bro. It's like it's not gonna look good. It's not gonna feel good.
It's gonna be either gonna
hope.
feel boring or like just very like cheap.
Yeah, and you already know that the story is gonna be like as generic as the Dragon Ball story itself. So there's like you don't even look forward to that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like pretty much if you're like a Dragon Ball fan, you just want a Dragon Ball game, obviously go for it. I mean, it looks good. Will it play well? That's a whole other question. But that's
what I have to find. Just like Battletoads.
Yeah. We also got. I can't lie to you. This one actually looked pretty good. The Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's literally just flying in a plane, just looking at the world through Google Maps, and it looks cool. I can't lie. It looks pretty cool. Like I can't travel as much, so there's less traveling with the game. Granted, I'm not gonna pay $20 to $60 for the game, but come on.
I'll give you $1.
I'll give you $1 to travel
for a free thing that I can do on Google Maps.
Okay, but like you won't be soaring through the sky like an airplane, bro.
If I'm sitting there for an actual 2 hours through a fucking simulated plane ride,
it's pretty game. It's a very pretty game.
It's beautiful.
I know, but
you saw
I've flown since I was a little kid.
You've flown, not me. I've been grounded for like 24 years.
Flying ain't fun.
I want to experience. I want to say flying ain't fun, but I never can.
I'll buy your ass a plane ticket to come visit me when I leave.
Alright.
You're gonna see how much fun it is. I'll make sure.
Look, I'll get that jet lag any day.
Connecting flight just so you can see how much fun it is.
Alright, I won't go out the bullshit now. I know how the plane bullshit works. I just don't want to go through all that.
I want to fly. That's what.
I just want to fly. I just want to be in the air.
I believe I can fly.
My point exactly.
Next.
Minecraft Dungeon.
I thought they were done.
Man, the cash cow can't die.
Nope, you can't kill it.
You can't kill it. So now they have to copy a Dragon Quest.
What do you mean Dragon Quest?
From Minecraft. They have to copy Dragon Quest.
What do you mean? Dragon Quest? I mean, Minecraft came way before.
Yeah, but like the style of it. Because Minecraft, remember, it was first person.
Yeah.
And this one's third person.
I mean, I think this one's just like expanding on whatever Minecraft is. Like they're just opening it up like a dungeon version of it so like you can explore RPG style.
It's pretty much just a rework of
in a different
but copying the same game that they created from a game that has been kind of, vice versa, using their same style like Dragon Quest Builders.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't, because they still keep like the same Minecraft everything.
No, it is a Minecraft everything, but it's just, I don't know. It's just a dungeon crawling Minecraft game. That's all I see.
There's no building. I mean, there's building and crafting. I would assume. But like, there's just like RPG elements, like making you. I don't even know why I'm still talking about this damn game.
But it's pretty much builders. It's builders.
But you can't farm. I don't think you can.
No, it's still farming. So you still craft.
You can craft, but not farm. It's it's dungeon crawling.
Well, you know what? We'll see when we play it.
when you play.
When I play it? No, I'm playing. I'm playing Dragon Quest. What do you mean?
I'm good. And the last game I want to talk about is I mean, there's like a few more.
Spit it out. What? Spit out the one.
Okay, the one that I want to talk about is called 12 Minutes. It looks like another indie game.
Yeah, I saw that.
But that shit looks so fun. It's pretty much what it sounds like. You got 12 minutes to like figure out like what the story's about. So like you're playing this guy who I'm not sure if he dies every other time or something just resets. So like it's pretty much like playing on a loop until you like figure out how to like break the loop or like probably like trying to stop a killer. Kind of like how, what was that movie called? 13th Birthday? Happy 13th or something like that?
Yeah,
Happy Death Day.
Happy Death Day. So it's like, you go on this loop trying to figure out.
Or Bandersnatch.
Or even Bandersnatch.
Yeah.
It's just...
Done up in the club.
I'll shut up.
That's a song.
So it's like a top scroller Bandersnatch.
Yeah, like right on top. Like it's not, I don't think it's like wide open world. It's just like contained in like this one room.
Yeah, like...
And just like
Heavy Rain type of thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it just like loops around. It's like it just looks cool. It looks fun. It looks like something that would waste like a good 2 hours or 3 hours of your game time.
Every 12 minutes.
Every 12 minutes.
Every 12 minutes, it's an hour. Solving puzzles.
That's dope. So I'm actually looking forward to that. The next one is Wastelands 3. I'm not sure if you guys played that. Wastelands 3? No. So we can't really say anything about it. And Borderlands 2. Borderlands 3. We know that Amori and the Will of the Wisp, the sequel. I haven't played the first game yet. It still looks gorgeous. Miles, you want to add something for the Wisp?
No, back to Borderlands.
Okay, but
3.
we'll go back to Borderlands because we can't really say anything about Ori. Alex probably would have, but as you can see, everyone got Thanos again, even Jacob. I'm telling you. So Borderlands 3.
Kevin's played it too. Telltales, R.I.P. The Tales from the Borderland. There's this guy you play as called Reese. There's a scene in the trailers where you see him with a mustache. He's looking older. In the game, he gets a hold of the company. So I'm wondering if there's a scene where your character, whoever you choose to play, meets up with him and he sells him weapons and stuff or helps him upgrade and stuff like that. Or you have to do bounties for him or work with him or stuff like that. So I'm excited to see all these characters, old, new, and in the side games coming together. I want Chris Hardwick's character. I forgot his name to come back.
Yeah,
his character was my favorite. He's like, there's a scene there in the desert. He's like, we gotta wrap our heads to keep ourselves from going crazy from the sun. And he shows he's got like the 6-pack, and Reese is like, dude, you're stacked. He's like, oh yeah, I had a bicycle machine in my office. I used to talk and ride at the same time.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised that they connect all these characters, and I don't know. Hopefully, Reese isn't a bad guy because
I don't think he's going to be a bad guy because remember he conquered Handsome Jack.
He conquered Handsome Jack, but remember he wanted to replace him. So if they,
But if remember, because there was a time skip, he didn't do all that bad stuff.
Yeah, but if you want to, but you know how Borderlands is sometimes. You either maybe because I don't know they're gonna choose the choices. They're just gonna probably pick the ones they like, and so whatever you play in that game. You have this character who either might be the one you trust, or maybe the character
I think it's gonna be the two millennial-looking guys in the trailer at the beginning. The ones that are walking weird with their shoulders swinging. That one guy and the one girl with the hair that looked like a DBZ character with bad side cuts.
What is that?
It looks great. I wish. Well, they have the Borderlands collection on PlayStation for free for the PlayStation Plus users. Yeah. So I'll just catch up with that. You want to catch in? Yeah, it looks so good. Like it looks so. I love my games when they're like colorful, not like like fruity colorful, but like where they have like some actual like personality in it. So like these games have like a whole bunch of personality, and I'm looking really forward to it.
If you want to play it together, because it's a multiplayer game.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I played with.
You can play
people one time.
You can play single player, but it's like not half as fun because you're gonna have because it's meant to play with like other people. It's like an RPG. It's an RPG.
Second one, that Dungeons and Dragons DLC. That thing was fun.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we'll check it out then. We will check it out.
I choose the siren. Her name is Brick, and she is the prettiest.
So pretty much everything they just covered like pretty much. A good majority.
Most of the games we like, except for you like the Flight Simulator. I don't know why, but
it just looks good. It just looks
good.
He wants to fly.
I didn't see it until I saw it now, so I don't know.
And granted, like most of these like games, they some of them have gameplay trailer, and some of them just have like the trailer in general. So it's hard to like really base off anything. So why is this thing taking so many screenshots? All right, so moving on.
Next.
We're going on to. Did anyone see? What was after that? Did anyone see? Did EA have one?
Don't talk to me about EA.
A press conference.
I think so, but.
Okay, we can just summarize it as FIFA
and Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs.
And a game that is trash. Thank you, God. You answered my prayers. Anthem.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. That was there. Heavens know what's wrong with them and that.
They are dead. They are gone.
To tell you the truth, I want to talk about a little bit of Watch Dogs. Well, that's Ubisoft. Because I think we're just skipping around. But, we're just picking games that we really like.
Yeah, I guess at this point, we're just picking games that we just really like. But sort of like in a more structured way. These are like developers and their conference. Not as big as... Not the, the actual big three like Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo.
Yeah. We're anticipating more of that. But for Watch Dogs, even though we're skipping, but Watch Dogs, it looks pretty cool, neat. I don't know. Every time they show it on E3, it's beautiful, and every time people play it, it's like, it's terrible.
What the hell is this?
Yeah, so I don't know. You gotta wait for that one. See how that goes.
I know, right?
If it's worth
it.
Yeah.
Time will tell. And then when you purchase it, then that will also tell too.
Yeah.
But then I guess we could just skip over EA because I mean we didn't really pay attention to it. We're pretty much talking about what we liked from E3. That's how it goes. I guess we'll just move on to Bethesda. Drop Bethesda like it's hard, y'all. Go ahead, jump them. Just jump them. Go. Whoever wants to go at Bethesda, just go ahead.
Look, I choked them out, and I let them go, and they said, Doom Eternal. I was like, okay. I was like,
you loosen the grip a little bit.
Elder Scrolls Online.
Get that shit out of here. We made Elder Scrolls Blaze. Yeah. Get out of here.
Get your phones out. You got them.
And what was it? Fallout. We give NPC and get out. Battle Royale and NPC. And I'm just sitting there going, it took you a year to realize you need to drop NPCs, which is what people have been screaming at you for years.
It should have crossed their mind while in development, honestly. The
second they noticed that everybody was going back the next day to get a full refund and they weren't allowing people to get a full refund, they should have known right in there, what is going on? Oh, we're putting our own nail in our coffin.
Yeah.
All right. As an outsider looking within, there's a few problems that I had with Bethesda. For starters, they had a lot of game trailers and not enough gameplay. Which I think it's one of the problems that they had. Yep. I mean, you can't really anticipate people to buy a game if they don't actually see the actual...
Except for Doom.
That one.
They had gameplay, and that gameplay was...
It was clean.
It was like, whoo!
I'm liking Doom.
I'm buying the soundtrack.
Another thing is the mobile games. I don't have a problem with mobile games. Obviously not. I mean, I've played them myself, but it's just like...
I play Yu-Gi-Oh! No? Nobody else?
No, you're fine, but that's not Bethesda. That's not Bethesda.
That's right.
Rosie plays the Fallout Shelter.
She does?
Yeah, she loves that.
Yes. Our friend that nobody knows yet.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember last time I saw her, she was playing it.
Oh, nice.
She got like a big freaking shelter.
Well, anyway, continue.
She's going through.
Well, I feel like the mobile games need to have their own section because it doesn't kind of match the whole grand, video game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just me.
No, that's true. That really is true because the difference between mobile games and actual console games is that PC games, naturally is that. Well, mobile games is it's built to be quick, cash grabby, and not really meant to sit down and play for hours. As for console games, you pay a full price, and you play that shit day and night, and you'll probably most likely not be done with the game. With the mobile game, you just pick it up, play a quick level, call it a day for a good 20 minutes, and you just leave. It doesn't really balances itself out against the console games. You have to have mobile titles first. It's like how Nintendo do their E3, they come out with all the quick shell out titles, these small $3 titles, and just get them out the way, and then they go ahead and hit you with the big hitters. Yeah. They should have done something like that. First we're gonna hit you with the mobile games. We'll hit you with
everybody sleep at that point.
I know exactly. We'll hit you with mobile games.
And then
everybody get your pillows out.
And then when they say
now here comes Doom.
Whoa!
That time already?
There was if you saw the crowd when they were doing crowd shots, there were people on their phones
playing their mobile games
because they were just in the crowd.
Woo! Yeah.
That pity clap, what
Brett
Favre did.
I guess I'll clap today.
And then when Doom came out, yes, we love you now. Yes, don't do anything else, just do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think mobile games should have kind of their own entity, their own little space, because kind of mixing it up with all these big games,
blockbusters,
it kind of feels a little bit underwhelming. Kind of feels a little bit it doesn't match. That's just my point of view. And another thing, the Commander Keen thing, like, I'm familiar with the fact that it's like an old game, like the original one's like an old 90s game.
And that one is weird.
And it came out, like, it was like a cult classic type thing, and apparently, like, the new one that they came out with is a mobile game and has nothing to do with the original. I'm like, what they could have done was update the original game and kind of, like, add new stuff to it, but kind of keep the original element of it. But then, like, or they could have just had, like, a separate, like, their own new story instead of just putting Commander Keen and then just. But
that's what they want to do. They want to get the big title that people remember, because if they do something new, everybody will be like, shifty on it. But if they get something that everyone knows, which also applies to, like, movies and TV shows, like, we need more money. Let's get Teen Titans and let's do that.
But it's also false advertising, because you're throwing a big name, but that has nothing to do with the actual name itself.
Yeah, but I mean, it's their property, so you can't.
That hurts them, though. That's the problem.
It's like Elder Scrolls. You want new religion, as Miles would say, but they give you a watered down version of it.
Yeah.
They gave us, do you have a moment in time to hear about our Lord Jesus Christ? Instead of an actual...
See, for you guys who like Bethesda fans, that shit hurts. I mean, I'm not even that one. I feel your pain. It's not cool.
Those years of the sword out went... Because you remember those years of Nintendo.
Bro, those were like them dark
years.
Them droughts, bro. You over here crawling like this. So please, just one good game at least. God damn.
No more heroes. Okay, I get.
Okay, fine.
Oh, Heroes 1. All right, and then you play it like, yes. All right, do another one. None.
Nothing. You're like, oh, god damn it. But Bethesda.
One thing to cut you off, but one thing that I thought was kind of promising, again, as an outsider looking in, was GhostWire. I don't know if you saw the trailer. When I saw the trailer, I was like, wow, this is interesting. This looks pretty different compared to, like, all the other trailers that I've been watching. And again, I'm not much of a video game player, but something that I would like to watch somebody else play, like a walkthrough or like a...
No, you should definitely play yourself then. It'll be interesting to see that. GhostWire.
Yeah, I've seen it, and
they don't have any gameplay. It's just
they don't have any gameplay, but I saw the trailer, and it's like when I saw it, I think most people must notice it felt like Cyberpunk, just a tad bit, and I know it's not gonna be the same game. It's not gonna be the same game, but it just felt, because we were all riding high on Keanu Reeves, and then when you give us another, sci-fi, futuristic stuff, and I was like, oh man, I don't know.
I feel like it might be a little bit different because it's supernatural.
It's about supernatural stuff. It's just like the world is, even though it's like a world in Japan, it's in Japan. Yeah. And the world just feels like a cyberpunk type of feel game with like ghosts and shit. So, I don't know.
Alright, I mean, I can't say that because
Cyberpunk
is.
No, I know. It's like Cyberpunk is like this. It's its own big, huge thing, but like the way I know, because it's like the neon lights and all that stuff. It just kind of reminds me of that, even though it's not futuristic. It's just like.
Because Cyberpunk is more like neon and like robotic.
Yeah, it's Cyberpunk. Yeah, that's the name.
And this is just the Rapture the game, bro. That's all it is.
It is the Rapture the game.
It's Rapture the game. God's like, you.
And there's ninjas. And there's ninjas.
Oh, Rapture with ninjas. Yeah. Look at that. I guess that's like as basic as I can put it. Rapture, ninjas, and ghosts.
And everybody like disappears towards the beginning.
Damn. that was affecting
everyone. And a little bit in the future.
But we got ninjas.
Yeah, we got ninjas. That looks cool. Ninjas. And ghosts.
So, I mean, it does look cool. I'm more concerned, like, more for the story than the gameplay, because gameplay could go anywhere between action to just, like, puzzle solving and just, like, roaming around. Just, like, clicking, like, point and click, too. Yeah. So, I mean, as long as the story's interesting, it's interesting. And
the only reason why I compare it, because it just just the tone, not the way with the ghosts. It's just the tone is kind of oddly similar in a way.
I'm sorry,
Like futuristic? Like
You can't feel that?
futuristic?
I'm just talking out of my ass then.
No, I mean, I'm sure you have a point. I just don't feel it. That's just me. That's personally me.
Is it because it's futuristic?
No, it's not
Kind
that.
of.
It's just the styling. And it's probably because it's Japan.
Alright. Yeah, because I mean,
I don't know. It's
Cyberpunk-
probably just Japan.
it has
I'm just
that-
confusing it with like many other games that are coming out.
I mean, there's a lot.
There's a lot.
I mean, not as like Cyberpunk is just really huge. This one, it looks huge through the trailer, but maybe the gameplay is not as big.
Probably.
So,
But we
that's
don't know
why
any. We don't know
exactly,
more
anything
about it.
So that's
Ninjas and ghosts in Japan.
and Raptures. All right. So quick through E3 for Square Enix. As you could expect, a lot of Final Fantasy.
It's pretty much fan fiction
Yeah, it's just
coming to life.
the only difference is for Square Enix is just like a lot of their games they are already like announced it, like Final Fantasy VII,
Yeah.
Dragon Quest Builders, Dragon Quest 9 for the Switch, Final Fantasy Brave Nexus, the sequel for it. It's just like a lot of them are just like we already know they're coming.
They already announced.
They
it.
announced some new games too, but they're not as to me they're not as heavy hitters. So
They didn't announce mobile games too.
a few.
Yeah.
A few of them. They actually have like a first-person shooter. I didn't know Square Enix like dabbled through first-person shooter.
Yeah.
DSX Human Revolution.
ASX Human
Like
Revolution.
I said,
Divided.
I didn't know.
What's that cyber that robot? The guy who
Oh, DX. Yeah.
no, not DSX. It's another guy who wears like a robot suit and he goes around, stops time and he shoots.
Quantum Break.
Did you say Quantum Break? I don't know.
Listen.
I don't know. I'm not gonna look for it. So.
Oh,
y'all
wait,
guys
where's
know.
the suit? I don't know.
Oh no, I think that's Sega. I don't know. I
No,
don't know.
because there was
No, it's a Sega game. It's a Sega game.
there was one where this guy could stop time, and you had to have live to get each episode. But if you paid for the game all at the beginning, you were good.
Yeah, but that's not.
And they're making a sequel to that, and that's what's coming out.
Yeah, but is that?
That's not whatever that first-person shooter is.
Yeah, but that's not
I don't
Square
think
I don't
Enix.
even know. That's not Square Enix.
I don't know. We're all jumping around.
Yeah.
I'm not confused with
But look.
ninjas and ghosts with cyborgs and fucking
Well,
Keanu
look,
Reeves.
So the end story here is that Final Fantasy VII looks fucking amazing. The remake looks amazing. I'm only afraid.
What, Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah, I'm only afraid of the gameplay.
That Tifa.
That's evil looking. Clean.
Waifu for life.
Waifu for life. It's just like the gameplay. It looks static for an action RPG.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's similar to Final Fantasy 15, which is like very much what the Benjamin is like based off of.
Well, they said if 15 did well, they would make 7 exactly like that.
Yeah, but I'm hoping that they actually like switch with the characters. Like
No,
actually,
you do switch
Yeah,
with the
I can
characters.
see that, but who knows for how long though? Because like this 15 had like a time limit for like how long you played as that one character. You always had control over Noctis. So like, that's what I'm worried about. Like if I want to like stay and play as Tifa and kill like enemies with them big titties, then that's what I want to be.
She hits us hard.
If I want to be, I always thought Bear was black. He looks black, but he looks a little bit more light skinned, like a tanned.
But he is
Man.
black.
He is black.
But he is black.
I mean, but he looks pretty light skinned for a black man. I'm just saying. Like,
Oh, because you're very dark.
No, I'm just saying. Like, I'm
you
a.
want him to be like
No,
you.
I'm not saying he has to be like a chocolate man. Like, I'm alright with like
It's
my
red
light
stuff,
chocolate
man.
man.
It's red stuff.
It's, I ain't red velvet. I'm fine with my light chocolates and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. I didn't really feel like a black vibe from it. There's no problem with that. Just like a personal preference. That's all I'm saying.
So what
You know what's funny? You know what's funny?
He has a gun.
No.
He has a gun.
You say that, but people are complaining about him being too black.
How?
And
that's hilarious.
People and their
That's
preferences.
hilarious.
I swear, man.
They say he was too black and he's offensive because he
He's
acts
got
like a
a gun on his
stereotype
head.
From the first one or from this one?
from this one.
Are you dead ass?
Yeah.
That's dumb.
No.
Y'all
from the first
calm
one.
down. Y'all calm down.
I
all
wonder
right?
if they're gonna do the Ferris wheel scene again.
The which one?
Remember in Final Fantasy VII, the OG, there's
Yeah.
a scene with a Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna do that again.
No,
Ooh,
they're gonna do all of that again.
I hope
I was about to
so.
say they better.
As long as they don't censor anything, I still want to see like HD cloud cross dressing. personal preference, I have not.
That is a funny scene, and I'll tell you that I hope they do that.
I hope they do.
Because that's hilarious.
They're gonna take his beautiful blue greenish eyes and
look,
slick his hair back, make it look like a short.
And the fan art's gonna like woo. It's gonna like this is it. The mudslide.
Girls are gonna be hot and confused all over. some guys are gonna be that way too.
Let me tell you, if we got Dragon Quest, right, and they still didn't censor Puff Puff.
They still sort of did.
They still sort of did, but they still have that implied.
Puff Puff, yeah.
We'll still get cross-dressing Cloud.
We'll see. That's all I can say. We'll see.
Like what Dashi was saying, Link, you better watch out.
Pretty
ass Cloud, boy. Let me tell you.
Oh man. So Square Enix had like a whole bunch of like, you know,
but it's all about
RPGs.
7. Yeah, good RPGs.
Good about RPGs out there. Good amount of games. Nothing too over the top. Nothing that we don't know already. I'm just excited I'm mostly excited for Dragon Quest Builders. I don't know if you guys played it or not. Don't really care. Dragon Quest Builders is like a Minecraft ripoff. But it just had like it has more of a purpose, sort of like story wise and just like overall.
This one looks great. They kind of updated the mechanic.
Yeah, they got farming. You telling me like a farm? They got a water making machine. Like the first game, I want to make like a house with like a waterfall that comes from the top and goes down. I couldn't do that with whatever they gave me. And this one is like, oh my god, you can make anything and just have water just come out to that water the water jar that they had in the demos.
Yeah.
Bro, come on. It comes out next. Oh my god. Y'all tripping. Y'all speaking on
the online builders, and bro. The online play?
The online play come on. And then you can run. And that's groundbreaking for that game because like you can only not walk, but like, you know, quote unquote run. This one you can like actually
sprint.
Dash.
You mean sprint?
Yeah, and this one you dash around, like your hand in the back, like Naruto.
Like Dragon Quest 11. They're like, oh, you know what? I think everybody likes to run.
I think everybody likes to get from point A to point B actually fast. So let's just put that feature in with the.
Let's make them run and have a horse. Oh my god!
Thank you.
Damn.
But yeah, that's Square Enix, and then finally Nintendo. Y'all don't play Nintendo games. So I'm just gonna go.
Well, I know I play Nintendo games.
Yeah, you play Nintendo games, but you don't like play it like that.
No, because I don't have the console. But I saw Pokemon.
But okay, see, Pokemon is like on something right now. Like, Pokemon is on something. I'm gonna get to that real quick, but before I'm just gonna overview Nintendo. Nintendo, they did a really good job because they pretty much gave everyone what they wanted to see this year's E3. They got here Animal Crossing. Only problem is they delayed it to 2020, but for a good reason. Just like what they did with Metroid Prime 4. They delayed it because they wanted to make sure that it was great, it was perfect, the best one on the Switch. Great, excellent. We got Luigi's Mansion 3. We have a whole bunch of like third-party support. We have a whole bunch of ports. We have a whole bunch of new games, new titles coming through. We're excited. All of them has almost gameplay and release dates. Some of them closer to like this month. Some of them closer to like. Most of them are like this year. Like the bigger hits are like, you know, obviously coming next year and stuff. We got Dragon Quest 9 coming to the Switch. We got I'm talking a lot. We got
Dragon Quest.
We have Dragon Quest Builders 2 coming to the Switch too. I'm happy for that. We had Damien Ex Machina. We actually saw Astral Change, which is from people who made Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Platinum Games. It looks great. It comes out this year too. Like holy shit! I can't
that one looks great.
Luigi Mansion 3.
Luigi Mansion 3. That one looks so good. Oh my god!
Can we just talk about the announcer? How much energy she had?
The announcer, which one?
Wasn't it for Luigi Mansion 3?
Oh yeah,
the one who did the like a bunch of stuff for like Bayonetta and all that other stuff.
Oh, wait, what are you talking about? I think we're thinking about different things.
There was this girl that came out with like a shortcut. She was as energetic.
You sure that wasn't from the Xbox? I mean, from the
no. She was for Switch.
Really?
Yeah. Look it up. They were saying like the two best people were her and Keanu coming out on the stage.
No, that's from the girl who was talking about GhostWire.
You sure?
Yeah, the one who said something about like, oh, the game is like really spooky. Is that the one? She's like a little Asian chick with the glasses and short hair.
Yeah.
That was her. That's from the GhostWires. It was none. But crap, there was like a whole bunch of games.
We're getting confused about all kinds of video games.
I mean, there's a lot of things.
So much.
Everybody's just jumping around because like.
Look, let's just say Zelda's game.
Look, Zelda. Breath of the Wild 2.
It's an actual
Holy shit.
sequel.
It's a sequel.
It's a legit... Look, every other Zelda game was 100 years later or...
No, except for, what's it called? It's actually, no, because the Wind Waker were like 2 years. Not even 2 years. Wind Waker was... It was Wind Waker's, Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. They were like a consistent storyline.
And then you have...
And also Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, like right after.
Yeah.
So Breath of the Wild and having a sequel, like, it just... We don't get a lot of sequels as often directly for Zelda. So, like, having a sequel from Breath of the Wild, so they could, like, reuse the engine, reuse, like, the world map, we're revisiting the old Hyrule. It's just great. Whatever the hell, people are saying that that's Ganondorf. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't looked into it that well. But I was just too excited, honestly.
I want to see Zelda propose to Link.
Sure. I would love to see that. But it looks great. It looks awesome. Animal Crossing looks amazing. I never played an Animal Crossing game in my life, but that one looks so clean. I'm going to have to hit you with that Smash Bros. News, Dragon Quest 9 character, the Dragon Quest heroes in general are coming to the Smash Bros. Roster, and it's just great. Oh my god, it's just so good.
So that's Psych Out for the Banjo and Kazooie.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's the same thing for King K. Rool.
We were mad.
Same thing for King K. Rool. They just reused it because they Donkey Kong and King K. Rool and the whole DK.
The whole rare team.
The rare team. You got Banjo-Kazooie raring to go, the Jiggy. Oh my god, that was just... Sakurai's a clown, bro. He's just a straight up clown.
So, hey, you guys like...
Damn.
You want Banjo-Kazooie what?
He satisfied both the Western and the Eastern audience because the Japanese, they wanted Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest is huge back over there. And then here, we wanted Banjo, we got Banjo. We got like 2 fighters left. It's going to be amazing. And...
Dark Labyrinth, the game.
That is weird. I don't even know how to think about that. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know what to think about that game. It looks great though. It looks good. They have like a whole bunch of RPGs coming out there too. Like the Switch, I don't have them on the top of my head, but like there's so many good games that I want to play that's coming out on the Switch. But like the big ones, I've already talked about it. Fire Emblem's 3 Houses. That looks good. It doesn't look... I mean, the story looks, as generic as any Fire Emblem game could get, but like the gameplay, I'm hoping that it'll be good. Yeah. And finally, I want to hit up on Pokemon because like this one's getting me pretty mad. Like when Sword and Shield first came out, like when they showed like the full, like a new trailer for it, like introducing the Dynamax and all that stuff, like the direct before the E3 presentation, it was great. I loved it. It got me hyped. Because other type Pokemon, I'm signed up for it. That's it. Instant buy.
Of course.
But then E3 came in and we saw like the gameplay of it, and the guy the director behind the Pokemon games came out and started answering like a few questions and started making some announcement that we should know about the future game. Yeah. And boy, that broke my spirit. That broke my spirit so hard. Like, holy crap. Like, here's the thing. From Sun and Moon, we've been collecting since Pokemon in general, we've been collecting all our Pokemon. So we try to get as many as our Pokemon friends from each generation of games over to the newer ones. Yeah. And then so you're gonna tell me that there's a chance that a few of my Pokemon are not even going to be in the Sword and Shield because they're pretty much like making the game and limiting the Pokemon that you get in it. So they've done it before with all the other series where you limited Pokemon what's in the game, but you can also transfer all your old Pokemons back into the newer games. So for example, Sun and Moon, you would have a set 350 Pokemon to catch in the game, and then after a few months or so, you could transfer them all the rest of the 500 back into the game with Pokemon Bank or whatever. Yeah. But this one, they're gonna give you a certain number of Pokemon and that's it. You can't transfer them over, you can't trade them over, you can't do anything with them. And it's
because I just feel and maybe it's because they will break the game.
But it's on the Switch. They've been able to do that with the handheld for so long, and then the Switch comes out and nothing happens. Come on, bro. And
I bet they don't want that lag
I mean, but it's on the Switch though.
I know, but I don't know. I know what Game Freak is thinking.
I don't know what they're thinking. But
he's so mysterious when it comes to
even with that, I'm fine with. Even though I'm mad about it, I'm still fine with it. But the thing is,
you want the full Pokemon.
No, it's just that I want in Sun and Moon, I made a competitive team to play with. So the fact that there's a chance my Swampert, for example, or Emboar, if they're not in the galleries in Pokédex, they're not going to be in the game. I can't transfer them over. It's going to be a set limit of Pokémons and that's it. And the thing is, people are getting mad because they want the natural Pokédex. They want to bring all the Pokémons over. And some people are not even mad about it because it's a Pokemon game. Like, they'll update it later. But the thing is, he never did say that they were going to update it. Like, people addressed him about the issue. And people were mad on Twitter and everything. People are mad. They disliked the Treehouse event where the Pokemon game was showcased. People are like, no, we ain't having that shit, bro. You better fix this. And they addressed it like a day after, and he's like, this is what we're doing, and that's it. There's no reassurance that they're going to update it later on in the future with Pokemon Big or with Pokemon Home that's coming in the future. And it's like, that's what's worrying me. So maybe we have to wait like a whole another 2 years before we get like a Pokemon game where we could like actually throw all our Pokemons in there. So that's the only like downside to like the Pokemon
that's the
signing
downside.
at E3 and Nintendo. After that, Nintendo did like an amazing job, phenomenal. All the games were great, beautiful,
No More
fantastic.
Heroes?
No More Heroes 3, I forgot about that.
No More Heroes.
No gameplay though. No Bayonetta 3 for gameplay neither.
Yeah.
But that's how it is. Sometimes you want to like save it for like later on. Maybe we might see more on the
But that's the thing.
Game of the Year show.
This E3 and this Nintendo got me thinking of buying a Switch. Regardless how bad Pokemon.
I mean, it's not
like,
terrible. Like,
'cause let
Pokemon
me-
gave me everything that I wanted.
let
They
me-
took out Mega Evolution and Z moves though, but like that's fine. I could live with
That's
that.
fine. But like, to me, as you know, I have a competitive team.
Exactly. So you might not be able to.
I'm not gonna bring
Gliscor.
over. Yeah, I'm not gonna bring. I don't know if I could bring Gliscor or Dragonite
Exactly.
or all my dudes. But
Exactly.
it's like,
That's the only thing that really sucks about
but
it.
like to finally just go around, play actual 3D
Open world Pokemon, game.
game.
With like
That
all the best
felt
elements.
intangible for me, even though I can't transfer my friends.
Yeah,
you
so
know.
in the end of the day, it's still a good buy for me. So
Yeah,
I'm happy.
still getting No More Heroes,
Yeah, and Beckles and Smash.
and that Platinum game looked good.
In that actual change, hell yeah. Woo! That was a whole bunch of E3. That was an hour worth of E3.
Oh, we forgot to talk about one more trailer.
Which one?
Avengers.
Avengers. Oh yeah, that's right. Let me hit you on with that one. That game looked aight. It didn't look spectacular. It looked aight. The models look.
It looks like they're trying to be like the movie.
It looks like it needs a little bit more work.
Yeah.
Your favorite actor, Nathan Drake's in it. He plays Iron Man.
Both of them are in it. Norman North and Troy Baker are in the
Who's
game.
Troy? Who was he?
I think he's Hulk.
That would be funny. Just him yelling all the
He's
time.
either Hulk or Thor. I don't remember. There's a meme that came out.
He was Hulk then. If it was a meme, then
He was Hulk. So it was Hulk and Cap. Yeah.
Yes, I remember
Hulk and
because they
Iron
put
Man.
Joel's face on Hulk's
Yeah,
body.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Alright, go.
When I saw that trailer, I was like, something's really off.
Something is very uncanny about this entire
And it's like,
trailer.
and the thing is, like, the models look very strange to me. Like, I'm not
Not
really
Doctor Strange.
exactly not Doctor Strange, not
Well, what
our
if it
favorite
was?
Strange. Well, I'll let it go.
The thing about it is that they addressed it. Like they were so inspired by the Spider-Man game that they wanted to make them look like that.
They tried.
It went the wrong way.
I don't know. They just probably just the character
did
models
like
for that.
I did like Captain America's outfit.
No, it was, yeah.
That's legit. He was legit wearing body armor. That everybody's like, oh, he looks fat. It's like, no, that's what body armor looks like on a guy who's buff.
I mean, again, I wasn't like too stingy about like the appearance because I don't care if it looks like the actor. That doesn't bother me. If it looks like more like the comic book counterpart, that's fine. But like,
Don't you lie, you wanted to Chris.
No,
Evans.
it was
Bro.
it was a mix of the MCU characters and they trying to bring them to video games.
Don't mix it.
but it looks so strange. It's just I don't know. It's just
Too
and I
bad
feel
Jamal's
like,
not here. We'll probably
I feel like some of the voices didn't really match the characters. Maybe that's just me, but I don't know. It's just the whole trailer was off.
yeah.
Did you catch the villain? It was Taskmaster.
Yeah, but he kind of looked
He looked weird.
He looked weird. Like I guess they made him grounded, but like everybody looked over the top. So why did they make Taskmaster look like some like weirdo pedophile?
Yeah.
And
And
soldier dude.
this is a Square Enix game too.
Yeah.
Hey, that I will say, Thor's
Thor-
costume looks legit like Norse armor.
I have a beef with Thor right
Yeah,
now.
but
Bro.
Yeah,
Thor is not with me this year, bro.
Yeah, he looks like I will agree, but I like the way his suit looks.
Look, his suit is not a problem.
No, he looks like and I know he's the son of Odin, but he looks like a younger Odin, not a younger Thor.
Younger Odin? Boy, that beard make him look like he's like twice as his age.
Yeah,
bro.
but he looks younger though.
My ass, dude, that dude.
No, Odin
like
is
an Elder
Odin's,
Scroll piece.
Odin,
NPC,
remember
dude.
Odin? He's got that big gray beard. It's like they dyed it blonde.
He
And
did not need
they
that
reviewed.
beard.
They took away a few of his wrinkles. That's what I'm saying. He looks like a younger Odin,
Yeah,
not a Thor.
They make a
Good
pretty
Lord.
face and they young his eyes up.
They took away his crow's feet.
I don't know what the
Did you
fuck
guys
Thor
notice that there was
is.
no Hawkeye and there's people like commenting saying, "Oh, where is he?" Well, I guess he got the Soul Stone in this universe.
That's right, because they had Black Widow. I was like, where's
And then
Yo,
Captain
where's
America
my
is dead
boy?
in the movie in the game.
I don't think he's dead. There's no way. There's
It's
no
a
way
fake
they're gonna
out.
take. It's a fake out. Taskmaster took him, locked him up. He's
Hell,
brainwashing
Hydra.
him, doing the Winter Soldier shit to him. Bucky's gonna come out and he's gonna go, "Who the hell's Steve?"
All right, but
Oh,
it's not the MCU.
It's gonna be the
It's
reverse
not the
MCU,
MCU.
It's gonna be the reverse
Reverse
MCU.
I don't know. I don't know what to expect with that game. I think that game, once we see it, we see somebody else play it. I guess that's what we kind of have
Yeah, I mean, even
confidence about.
I heard that supposedly that like they got some critiques from like the audience and the people that made the game, and they're like, and supposedly they're gonna take it into heart, and they're gonna like fix the game. I don't know. That's something that I've heard. I don't know if it's
I
true,
mean,
no.
but
we don't even know what the gameplay is. Like, I guess I'll be fine with like what the game is. I don't know the gameplay is fun. Like, you're gonna be playing as the Hulk. You're gonna be playing as Captain America. I'm not sure they're gonna add more Avengers to it, but you're gonna be playing as these characters. So as long as the characters are fun to play as, there should be no harm in the game. Go ahead.
So what you were saying? No, they're not gonna do that. They officially announced saying, "We heard your complaints about how the characters look.
Fuck y'all.
Too bad.
oh, never mind.
We're not changing
Word?
it." They straight up said, "We're not changing a thing," because I think they have a deadline of it coming out soon, and they're like, "Look, we ain't got the time to fix this. You get what you get. This is it."
Damn.
Jesus.
They're like, "If there's a problem with the game, we'll fix it. But if you have a problem with the way they
models.
look, the door's right there."
I mean, that's funny because like they can say the same thing with Sonic in the movie. But like, oh,
Did you see
that's
that
too
update?
bad.
Did
But-
you see that updated photo where it says, "Y'all just end this movie"? Where he looks like a weird dude. He looks like a girl with the update. He's sitting on the ring. Just
That's
kill
not
this
it. That's
movie.
not a real one. But
No, but
pretty
that-
much what I'm saying is like, with that sort of like mentality, like, oh, that model's bad. That's too bad. Because like, what's it called? Marvel versus Capcom Infinite had like terrible models too.
Yes,
So they
terrible.
so if they come out saying that, oh, these models look terrible, oh, that's too bad, play the game, I'm sure it'll be good. That's like saying, bro, I don't want to play this ugly ass Ken. Dude, what the fuck is this?
The problem with
Fix
the problem with that Avengers is that of course it's motion capture, but it's like it's so I don't know. They just like they motion capture the actors, but then they just put this weird,
Fake ass face on me.
yeah, fake ass face.
I don't know. We'll have to wait. It comes out.
They should have just put their face on it
Next
like they
year.
did with Red Dead.
It
When
comes
they did
out
the motion cap of Red Dead 2, they literally just
Yeah, but
put
they
the dots on their face.
what they were trying to do is try to do like Spider-Man, which it was motion capture, but they did the model. They modeled the face of the characters, so they all look like that. Looks like Peter Parker, not
Sasuke.
not Sasuke, not the voice of Sasuke.
Well,
Naruto.
I guess we just wait for the game to come out and just not really wait for the game. Wait for the new trailer to come out.
Trailer
Like,
and more gameplay, because I know where they're
I want
going
to see
for.
what else. Because like if you can fly around like Iron Man and Thor, I'm not gonna lie to you, that's gonna be pretty boss. Especially if it's gonna be open world. Then who?
Is it Wolf World?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
but
don't know about that.
I don't know. I'm saying if it is, because like if they really feel inspired by Spider-Man, then maybe fly around.
But it's not
this
gonna be
tower.
open
Do
world.
like
It's gonna
GTA
be-
style where you can switch to different Avengers.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Have a little PDA thing for like a Avenger communicator thing pop up,
And then switch
and
around.
then you switch to like Hulk, Banner, Scarlet, all the other ones.
That'd be dope. That'd be nice.
I think
Hype dream, but
I think you're giving it too much.
We're
I'm giving it too much hope. We're giving it too much hope.
You're giving it too much whatever you want.
Well, yes, we want to play a good game.
You're giving
wanna
it too
play a
much on
good
your wish
Avengers
list.
game.
So yeah, Avengers.
Avengers, there you go.
Hopefully assemble.
Avengers.
Don't
Let's
disassemble.
try to assemble. God,
Avengers.
What a pity line, bro.
Come here.
Come here. Avengers.
Avengers ready.
Come over
Avengers,
here.
I'm gonna count to 3. Get over here. 1, 2.
I'll put it on my shield.
I'll throw my shield at you.
Wait.
I'm gonna call Nick.
No,
He's at work.
No,
he's gotta take a cab from
man.
all the way over here. That's 30
man.
minutes.
I gotta brush my teeth first.
You can brush it in the car. Let's go.
E3, It was alright.
It was
pretty
alright.
good. I mean, overall, it was alright, but like,
it
different
wasn't.
companies did good, different companies did bad.
Nintendo was probably the one was the most
Yeah, the most-
organized
yeah.
and the most like
They give you like
put
a whole bunch
together.
of games and stuff alone. I'm happy. What's up?
I got 2 more games.
What's up?
So, I know you're gonna hate me, Kevin, but Modern Warfare trailer dropped for Call of Duty.
I mean, I don't hate that game.
I
I'm just tired. That
have-
game is dead.
have hope for it, but unlike Black Ops 4, which I don't even know why they're calling it Black Ops after the third one. I mean, after the second one, because the third one wasn't even Black Ops. This one ain't even Black Ops. I want an actual campaign. Black Ops 4, you dropped $60 for multiplayer. There was no campaign.
Because they listened to the fan this time. They're like, oh, they don't play my multiplayer. They don't play my single player campaign.
I was the one who did. But
You're the one.
trailer looks
chosen
good.
few.
It looks like a younger Captain Price, so I'm excited about that. And number 2, Ghost Recon. They got the guy who played Punisher, Jonathan Burkle. He's gonna be the villain.
That was him.
And you could see in the trailer how he started as one of the part of the Ghost Recon crew, and then he became his own division of the Recon as the bad guy. I have hopes for it, but I'm not gonna geek about it too much.
Yeah, because Ghost Recon is kind of sometimes they're like they go up and down.
It's like a coin. It's either gonna land heads or tails, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah.
Bro, I was looking at her like, why do I have a strange like connection to this man?
Russo! Russo! or you guys do it like this, Rick. It's them or us.
We're gonna probably hear that scream in the game.
Yeah, I hope so.
It's gonna be a scene where both their guns are empty, and he throws it and goes, just charges at him.
Oh,
If I gotta see that at least once before he goes bad or after he goes bad. You gotta give that at least once.
Oh man.
So yeah, E3.
Yeah, E3. All these games, all these beautiful, beautiful games coming out this year, next year.
Just sit there after watching that. It's beautiful.
It's great to be a gamer. Actually, I'm sorry. There's one more thing we have to go over real quick. Xbox actually announced a new game system, the Xbox Scarlet, along with some new controllers and new
Just
controller
call it the
schemes.
Steam box.
It's pretty much what it is.
We don't even know how it looks like. All we just know is that it's another powerful console.
They showed the controller.
Yeah, they showed the controller, but not the console. All we know is that the console is like very powerful.
And it's digital game, right?
Is it digital
Only
based
digital.
only?
I
think
hope
so.
not.
I hope not.
I'm one of the people that actually likes getting a disc.
Same.
Because when you get the disc, it's less memory on your Xbox. If you have to digitally download it, it's more memory.
Yeah, and plus,
Yeah,
all
but
the-
if they're
and all the
making
thing
it
about, like,
powerful, I mean,
It better
Also,
come with
like-
5 freaking terabytes if you're going to make it only
Shit.
downloadable.
And don't forget, like, the cloud save, too. Make sure that thing come day one. We ain't having none of that data loss shit.
But I don't know if they're doing what the PlayStation does, where if you download it, you have it forever.
It's Microsoft. Dude.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, I don't want to buy Halo Master Chief Collection and then, let me get the Scarlet. Oh, can't buy it all over again. Me in the background giving them the bird going,
Give me the extra 60
you
bucks.
can suck it.
Give me the extra. We played you like a fiddle, bro. Yeah, but that's the Scarlet. I mean, we don't have anything about it. Just know that it's powerful and it plays good games on really high resolution. I don't really care for 8K. Nobody really cared about 4K.
8K.
When S came
We don't
out.
even see that shit.
So, I think their investment on the whole new console is just a waste. They should focus on making more games and cool. I mean, they did good this year, can't lie, but they need a lot more exclusives. So E3, we're done with games. Woo! Video games. It's been a while since we actually talked about it. It's been a while since we talked about video games, bro. We gotta do that more often. But we're gonna keep on talking about it with
Days Gone.
Days Gone review. Days Gone came out a while ago. Zed has been one of the presented it, and he's going to tell you about.
I got that platinum.
You see that? He got the platinum. He knows how the game ends in and out. So Zed's gonna give us a full review of Days Gone. I'm not sure if spoiler or spoiler not. Up to you. I'm gonna play it in the future eventually, so it's up to you if you want to spoil it.
Play it?
I want to play it. I really do. It looks really good. So I want to play in the future.
We'll see. We'll see how I
just gotta like elaborate and play before. So Zed, take the floor. Take this pillow.
Take this pillow.
You can take my shoulder.
You can cry on it too.
It's
okay. Hey, this game had me crying at moments.
Oh boy. That sounds nice.
There were some moments I was like,
my shoulder like Black Mirror.
I was like, it's okay. You can let one out. One tear comes out. There we go. Just starting off with the quick blunt. Zombies, bikes. That's pretty much all you need.
And guns.
Guns are already included when you say bikes.
I get you. It's a bundle.
So you play as a character, Deacon St. John, a.k.a. Star Killer, a.k.a. the guy who had a roommate of a werewolf and a ghost when he was a vampire. And people who know the actor, Sam, I think his last name is is it Whitaker?
Witwicky?
No. He's got a very iconic face. If you saw his face, you know who I'm talking about. But you play as Deacon St. John. It is 2 years after the outbreak of the infection of what they call freakers, which are these people who are mutated into being a little faster, deranged, and in the game you find out that because somebody was complaining saying, oh, there's no black freakers in here or yellow or whatever, they explain the pigmentation disappears when you mutate. Mm-hmm. So they're not white, they're albino. And there's special ones that are annoying as hell. Freaking reachers.
Are there boomers?
No.
Equivalent of boomers.
You've got well, sort of. You got a screamer.
A screamer.
Who
like a witch, like the little witch.
No. She screams if you're riding on your bike, and she screams when you're next to her. You will fall off your bike. You're disoriented, going, "What the hell was that?" And the next thing you know, if you're next to a cave in the daylight, you got a horde on your ass. You gotta run, lift up your bike. Oh, the engine's dead. Gotta run again.
Black Canary the zombie.
And then you got these brute-looking guys that are like jacked up that will literally pick you up and crush your head. That never happened to me. I managed to get it free. I never died from a brute. I only died once.
So overall, what was the experience like of just going through the wasteland, getting all the equipments, and then eventually doing all those side missions and going through the main story?
I took my time. I actually, unlike when I first played Red Dead Redemption 2, which is an open world game kind of like this, I just stuck to the main story so I can get a review as quick as I can. This time, I took my time. And I noticed that when I didn't rush and I explored on the map, you'll see these little blue question marks. They're not a side mission. They're just like, you go out there, you find some random stranger, and you can help them. Or you find an ambush camp. Or you find a horde that's hiding in a cave. I had more fun doing that than the actual gameplay missions itself. Not to say that the gameplay is boring. I'm just saying I had more fun with the world just actually exploring it. And the weapons are fun, but the upgrades for your bikes are just as fun as well. The main thing with this game is your bike. Your weapons, you can switch them, run out of ammo, use melee.
Basic.
But sometimes you got to know when to run. And your bike is going to be your best friend. When you first start, you have that baby like maxed out. Something happens, you go back to square one, and you got to build it back up again. And just finding that new part to build that bike back up, perfect. I maxed that sucker out. I got all the weapons unlocked. I did that one achievement where you have to use your boot knife to kill a breaker, a berserker bear, and a reacher.
So there's bears? Which
was hard as shit. Because you got to kill them with your knife, which takes forever to kill somebody. You'd think, oh, one hit to the head, that's it. No, you just swing. How long have you been hitting this reacher? About 500 slashes and he's still not going down. But, like, the story itself, is what really got me into the game, because it's 2 years later, you're with your best friend, something happens to him, you're still grieving over your, and I'll do quotations here, dead wife. Then you get a little glimmer of hope that she might be alive, and then do you find her? I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Oh boy.
Just like I told you, there are 2 sections of the maps. Like when you first start playing the game, they're like, wow, that's a big map. Certain thing happens. Holy crap, there's another side of the map that's just as big. And then at the end, when you free roam, those maps are connected. So if you want to go all the way south, ride all the way north, you can do that after.
And so what, in this game, how does the story compare to other zombie games and or TV shows? This game compares to their story.
It's, instead of the character being like Rick Grimes, bringing people together, wanting to be the leader, stuff like that, he's the unwanting hero that's a loner and a drifter and doesn't want to be a part of community, but ends up becoming a part of the community, which has been done before with some fantasy and some other stuff. But the fact they actually did it with this one, with a zombie game, which I haven't seen it before, I actually enjoyed it because he's a biker, he's a part of the MC, he's the only, him and his friend are the only 2 people who still wear their cuts, which are their vests, basically like the colors with their logos on the back. They're the only 2 out of this 2-year apocalypse that still wear them. I don't know if it's like a sense of pride or loyalty or whatever, but they still wear them. So I just like that. I thought it was the coolest part. It was like Sons of Anarchy in the apocalypse, so it was pretty cool.
So overall, what you give this game, and your experience of it, and like after beating it, what do you give this game as? Not as a rating, but how you felt towards the end. Without, if you want to spoil or not, but how do you feel in those experiences?
This game really makes you care for Deacon and his friends. That's the way I felt. And the story is really what kept me wanting to continue the story. Because it's, you do a section, then you can go do whatever you want. There were certain areas where like, I don't want to go ahead because I want to level up, but I really want to know what happens next.
I feel you on that one. It's like a whole, oh my lord. It's like you want, I want to just put that one little area, but yo, that bullshit that happened back, bro, I gotta go see that.
Because there's a part in the game, like I told you, in the top part of the map, it warns you. It's like, hey, you do this mission, you're not going to be up here for a while. So are you sure you're ready to go? And I was like, well, I've only got a few things left to unlock. Let me wait a minute.
Hold up, game. Give me a second.
I was like, I unlocked everything for the bike on this side. Unlocked all the guns. All right, let's go. On the road again. Me personally, as the story, I give it 100. I give it a 10 out of. The story is a 10 out of 10. I loved it. It really, you really feel the characters. Gameplay, it still has its bugs, but they did fix that. They've been doing small patches from day one to fix it and fix it and fix it. They did a major patch, which was survival mode, which is no fucking joke. And that one other achievement, kill a horde in 1 minute. I'm like, are you guys crazy? Do you know how hard it is just to kill a horde that's small right now? in survival mode? Hard. And then they just dropped a patch or an update on the 13th, which gives you more challenges. So I'm here, so I haven't had a chance to play the challenge one yet. But I did play the survival one. The survival one is hard. Really hard. It's a lot more, and I'm good at stealth games, so stealth was my friend. And I was like, God damn, this guy. I'm like, I want to run in and beat this guy in with a bat, but I'll sit here and break the bat by the time I kill him. You know, survival mode is no joke. But yeah, I give it like a 8.59 out of 10.
Any negatives?
Well, they've been fixing it with the patches, but there were times where I would be riding and I hear the engine revving and the screen would freeze. Or you saw this. I was riding through a tunnel and a car just appeared and killed me. So then I was like, what the hell hit me? They need to and I don't know if this is true yet, but they need to fix the swimming because I heard there's going to be freakers that live in the water.
Ooh.
So that's something that's never been done before.
Oh, so they're constantly updating like zombies on the game?
Yes, they updated the way the zombies hit, attack, how they formate. They don't just sit there when you're like sitting on the other side of a chain link fence looking at them. they'll actually because there were some bugs like that. They'll actually jump the fence and start attacking you.
Oh, you think we dumb? Nah, B. I'm gonna just get your ass.
You recommend this game for that?
Yes.
I mean, I'll take it.
I like Jacob. He loved The Last of Us 2, which was a good new take for the zombie genre. He's gonna love this.
Excellent.
Cleo, watch the Let's Play.
I'll create a Twitch for survival mode. I'll start it again. They're like, I'm gonna die. Here we go.
Just one last thing. Since you did platinum mode, how, just the range of difficulty just to get platinum mode, how would you rate it? How would you rank it?
How to get platinum?
No, just the difficulty of getting platinum.
Yeah, how do you rank getting platinum mode in that game?
You just 100%.
Because in Spider-Man,
it was hard.
Yeah.
Because there's this one achievement where you have to do a drift. Not a donut, a drift. For 10, it's 5 or 10 seconds. And trying to find the flattest field or flattest area to do that drift is hard. Because you got to do a drift, not a donut. So your front wheel's got to drift with it while hitting the nitrous. And if your nitrous cuts out, you got to start all over. If your drift does a hard turn and you got to redo it again, you got to start all over.
And you saw me when I played Need for Speed and I did that drift donut.
Yeah. So you could probably do it no problem. And then
hard, son, because you got to go up and down with the stick. Well,
and then you gotta clear all the hordes. You gotta get all the weapons. You gotta upgrade all your bike stuff. And then that achievement with the boot knife. I was like, when I got that platinum trophy at 2 a.m, I was going, yeah. I was like, yeah, son. It's called the 1%. I am the 1%.
I am the 1%.
Now a lot of people have beaten it at the 100%, so it's no longer a 1% completed. It's now 2.3.
Well, at least be proud that you.
I was a part of the 1%, but I definitely recommend it. Go see it. I loved it.
Go see it. Go buy it and play.
Go buy it, play it, or watch someone else play it. That's how it is nowadays. But yeah, I look forward to it. I really do. Thank you, Zed.
You're welcome.
I have a nice insight of what I'm getting myself into. I'm actually looking forward to going against the zombie hordes.
Well, hey,
so
you gotta be on your feet when you're in the shit.
Amazing.
That'd be great. I don't know. I might get it, but there's a lot of games coming out.
Hell yeah! I gotta pace myself.
Gotta finish Persona.
You ain't gonna touch it.
You ain't never gonna finish.
You're not gonna finish that game.
All
All right, moving on to the final topic: Black Mirror, season 5, episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Hey.
Granted, Clear's the only one who's seen all 3 of them.
Yeah.
I've seen only 2 of them.
I saw
the last
one.
2 only seen 1 of them. So we're gonna mostly talk about the first one. We're gonna talk about a little about the second one. Clear's gonna give us some insight of the third one. So spoiler alert! Warning!
Yeah.
Black Mirror is on some weird shit, bro. If you don't know what Black Mirror is all about, it's just about not even short story, hour-long stories of scenarios of people's lives getting messed up in whatever way they can think of. All right, there's no solid ground for it. It's just whatever can mess you up in the head. And this show has messed me up in so many different ways. But Black Mirror.
Hey, Lamp, I got a game for you.
Oh, so
you want to play Street Fighter? You be telling me I'll be right.
So episode 1 of season 5 of Black Mirror.
You gay?
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
that is a synopsis of that. But I'm gonna let Clea talk.
I didn't know we were watching Moonlight.
I'm gonna let Clea go ahead and give us a synopsis. Give us the story of the first. And we just, oh my lord, this game, this show. Go ahead, Clea.
Well, you have 2 friends. When it's one of the guys' birthdays, his friend gives him
birthday to you.
His friend gives him one of these really popular games. It's one of those, I guess, RPG or one of those Mortal Kombat
Not an
games.
RPG.
No,
It's a fighting game.
Fighting game. There you go. Sorry, fighting game.
It's a fighter.
And
Pretty much like Street Fighter.
yeah.
A little bit before that,
Street Fighter.
just so you can get an idea of what the characters are. One of them, the 2 guys that she mentioned, are pretty much college or high school best friends, old friends. They've been with each other for a long time. They played this fighting game called Viper.
Striking Viper.
So Striking Viper. This game called Striking Viper has been pretty much their guild 2 game. They go at each other all the time. and from there they just show them like getting together and enjoying themselves.
To nerd out a little bit, it looked like KOF and Street Fighter.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's just like a pretty generic fighting game.
Oh,
where
okay.
no, it really.
Well, you know what? I'm very impressed that they did the sprites and they look pretty good. Well, anyway, continue.
But yeah, so it's just a fighting game that they got really into. It's pretty much like their game, and then we cut to 11 years in the future where these two guys pretty much they changed their lives, they got families, and like Leah said, it was his birthday. Happy birthday to you. And continue.
Well, his friend gives him a very popular game. They start playing, and at that point, you have to watch for yourself.
Really?
What? Yeah.
Hey,
What?
hey, I got you. It got a little too real.
It got
too real.
It got a little too real.
So
I can feel
a
everything.
lot better to explain.
I do mean everything.
So what really happens is that their friend, so his friend appear in his birthday, right, and then recommend to get this game so they could rekindle.
He bought a game for him.
Yeah, he bought the game for him.
The Vipers. Which was the sniper. What was it?
Striking Viper.
Striking Viper, but it was X. So like
This
the
boy almost said sniping Viper.
Sniping Viper.
Stick with a rock.
But anyway, he got the game for them to play, right? And then they did.
And it's VR.
In VR.
It's a VR game, so like
They
it's
put it
actually
on.
futuristic. Yeah.
Then they go into the game. If they fight in the game, they feel it. And then, in the beginning, they start fighting. But then later on, it becomes a little bit more
They get into a wrestling match. And then...
And it mostly gets romantic
I don't
because...
see nothing wrong.
It gets romantic because the friend, his name was Carl?
So,
Carl, right?
Carl.
It was Carl, yeah, with the K. It was Carl with the K. So Carl, his main pretty much is this woman, Roxine, yeah, and she's played by the actor
Mantis.
the actress. I'm sorry, the actress who played Mantis in Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's basically my whole time during the whole entire show. I was guessing, is this Mantis, man? Is that her?
Until you guys came to my house, hey, you saw Mantis, right?
And also, surprisingly, like the main character is also, what's his name again?
Falcon.
The Falcon from
Him too, yes.
Captain America, the Avengers. What was his name again? Anthony Mackie, something?
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie. And we also had, who plays like the fighting equivalent of quote unquote Ryu in the fighting game, is played by the actor who played in the Power Rangers movie, the live action one that came out some time ago.
And his other friend he's the gangster dude from The Get Them.
Oh, what? Oh, look at that. We got a cast right here, guys. So pretty much that guy, the friend Carl, and the main character name was shoot. Yeah. We'll call him Falcon. He's basically the
Very
Falcon.
appropriate.
Very appropriate.
I think it was Danny.
Oh yeah, it is
Danny.
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 All right, I don't want to call him Falcon though. All right, we'll call him Danny.
You
You could call him Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon. Captain Falcon.
We'll call him Danny just to
Call him
put some respect on his name.
Danny the Falcon.
Because Falcon ain't gonna do that business.
I don't know, man.
Danny the Falcon.
It's 2019, boy. Everybody does everything.
So pretty much, we gotta get back on this story. So pretty much, Carl's main character is Roxine, and Danny's main character is
Lance.
Lance.
I think.
Look, he looks like the guy from Tekken. So
yeah. So so they put on the VR. It's not even a headset. It's just like this little chip.
yeah, it's like you attach it to your temple.
You attach to your head, and it just like warps you to this world where you actually it's like a physical VR. So like you are the character and everything, and then you can like fight in that game. So they fight, do a little bit of fighting. He's getting used to the controls and everything. You're like, oh right, this is like a nice sparring match between two friends. They're getting back to the groove of things and getting back together, and they start fighting. And he gets used to it. They go into like this love tumble of whatever. Like they get to like a wrestling match. Carl's avatar character Roxanne gets on top of Danny's avatar character Lance, and for some reason it feels oddly romantic. And the first thing
that's because what's his name? When they were wrestling there, he grabbed the other character's ass.
Yeah, he just whoa. And then the first thing that Carl thought when he was on top of Danny's character was to kiss the dude, and that was the most awkward Oh my god, you
felt the awkwardness in that scene, bro.
and then when they were kissing like passionately, bro, and it lasted for like a good 5 seconds, and then they got off each other. They were like, "Hold up, this is fucked up." And then he pulled out that escape button, exit game. Like, hold the fuck up.
Sort out that line, yeah.
Dude, oh my god. And that was just like the first of their encounter. And they just like
They tried again. They're like, hey, let's play for
not
real.
even like they're like, hold up, what the fuck?
Slams to the wall. Next thing you know, they're fucking.
It's like they.
I think we're skipping a lot.
I'm gonna skip way more. Like I'm not gonna go through the whole story. I'm just like giving you like an overview of it. It's just so like after the game, they're like sort of like trying to figure out what the hell just happened. They get back online and like Danny's pretty much a happily married man. He has like a kid and he has his wife with him, and he's happy with his life. And then like he does sort of like a cheating. He just sort of cheats on her in a video game with his best friend, and that's the part that sort of fucks me up. All right, this is not just a regular cheating scenario. This is cheating with your homeboy through a video game. That is like tears level of just.
Well, wow, what's so wrong about that?
It's not. I guess that's the problem. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, dude, you're fucking in a video game, man, with your homie. I mean, I get a homie's over a hole, but damn, you don't have to do like that. Oh my god!
And that one scene when he was talking about his buddy Carl, he's like, "I did a gangbang. I fucked a polar bear." I was like, "What?"
And then like that's the story pretty much. It's just them trying to understand where their passion lies. Because Danny, he wants to stay with his family, but Carl, like, he's having after he broke up with his ex girl, he's been trying to find a new love life, and he found it within the game with his homeboy, and that's what he prefers from then on. Like, he doesn't want anything else but that virtual sex. And he just craves it for the whole episode. And then, and then Danny, he's like trying to like he's getting into it too, but he knows it's wrong because he has a wife, and he's just trying to get away from it. And he's trying, but he can't. He just comes back to it, and then eventually he wants to just pull the plug. He just stops it. It's sort of like a breakup, and he just stops it. He texts his friend like, "Yo, I can't do this no more. I got a wife, a kid, and it's coming on the way, and we want to make things up." And he missed his anniversary with his wife, and he's just trying to pretty much make it up to her. And his wife has a big role in the story too, because now she feels like after she had a child, he doesn't want her anymore, and there's something wrong with her. They haven't had sex, real sex, in a long time after Danny started doing the whole virtual sex thing. It's pretty much like your basic scenario of cheating, but with your best friend and in a video game. So
what I'm surprised is that you could do everything
yeah, man.
And you're just playing this one game, and you use their avatars to do all types of shit like gangbangs and shit.
It's just wow.
What a polar bear!
Holy shit! And throughout the whole story, just pretty much Danny and Carl just trying to figure out what the hell, where their hearts lie, like I said before, and just where they should they continue playing the game, or should they just stop? And Danny wants to stop, but Carl wants to continue. So, oh Lord! And then comes a scene where Danny's wife Theo.
I think it's Theo. Yeah.
Danny's wife Theo.
Thori.
You mean Theo? Theo. She they go during their anniversary dinner, they talk about where they are. She asks if he's cheating because everything's starting to feel weird. He's not having sex with her. He's not looking at her the same way. He's not talking to her the same way. He always says he's tired. So the basic response for a scenario like this, and they try to fix it and patch it back up and everything. And after a while, a whole year passes, it's his birthday again, and she invites, and Danny and Carl stops talking for a while, and then she invites Carl back over for a birthday dinner, without her knowing that her husband has been cheating on.
And the virtual world.
Oh
Carl.
my god! I'm telling you, man.
You're wrapping your brain too much on this.
Good lord! And then like when they get back together in that dinner table scene, it's just so awkward because like he wants it so bad, and I just can't. I'm like, no, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's.
But not in the real world, in the virtual world.
Yeah, in the virtual world only because like. Do I want to spoil? Well, I mean, I already spoiled everything. So, you want to spoil it? No, all right. Like, let's
near
the end, things got pretty much personal. And they take and like the whole ending is just like a fucking what? It's just weird. But I gotta say, well, this episode was amazing. It messed me up in a way that I didn't even know of, but it was just amazing. Clea, how do you feel about the episode? And like, what was your favorite parts and stuff? And
I actually kind of like the portrayal of the game itself because I thought it was really cool as you go inside the game and you have these characters and they dress up and then you have that scenario. I have to say that's like the part that I really like the most, like the aesthetic of it. But that episode was quite surprising, I guess. But I mean, hey, it's the future. There's virtual robots that apparently people are going to be marrying in the future, so this is not surprising.
All right, but is it your cup of tea?
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I'll watch it because I'll watch the show. I mean, I'll watch the episode because I'll watch the episode.
Oh boy.
But I'm saying like you like that scenario
to actually happen in real life.
No, just like the two homies.
Hey, that's on them. Two consenting adults. That's on you.
And yes, that's true. That's
exactly.
Y'all. You gotta do what y'all want to do to make y'all happy. That's all you got for it.
For that one, yeah.
The episode, you don't want to touch it on.
You know, because we already talked about it. Like,
yeah. So, Kevin, what about you?
Oh, about me in this? Bro, I was laughing the whole time.
Me too, bro. Me too.
I don't know. It wasn't very like the emotional stuff. You know, I guess it's emotional, but like to me,
that was not really emotional.
It was just funny. Cause
yeah, it's just a weird scenario. Yeah, man.
It's a weird scenario because they're in a video game, and all they do is not play games, but just have sex. That's the whole point.
And it's them in their avatar, so it's still female and male characters having sex, but it's the person inside them. That's what makes it like. I mean,
but still, it's
just oh my god, it's just so.
But to me, it just harkens back to a lot of like anime and how those subgenres is kind of the same way. Granted, from most of the things that come. Well, you haven't seen the shit I've seen, but for this, it's like I seen it. I thought maybe they would be stuck in the world. This is what I thought when I saw like trailers of it, because I saw they're going to a video game world or something like that.
You think too lightly of it?
I think too lightly of it. But when I start watching it, and the plot is cheating in the game, I was just laughing. It's just hilarious.
So, Zed,
I'm sorry. The way I see it is, it's a girl and a guy in a virtual world. It's two guys playing, and then I'm spoiling this. They kiss in an alley and they start fighting. I'm like, all right, okay, this.
I mean, it's to find their spark. It's to find their spark. They want to find. So they want to know if they are gay. And apparently it turns out that they're not, because they actually went out and kissed.
What's that
one song? Because like they actually went out of their way to kiss, to see if they had a spark, and they didn't feel nothing for each other.
Yeah.
But it's different in the video game because like, they go like freely. I don't know. So they freely have sex in the video game, but they won't kiss in real life. So it's. This is a very real relationship.
That's why I just laugh at this, because it's just funny.
It's
just
weird.
Funny watching these people confused on things they kind of already know the answer, which they're not gay, because it's kind of obvious.
No, but they had to find out because like he was.
I know, because they were so
much.
They wanted it so much.
No, he Carl wanted it so much, so it felt like that he actually started to turn.
Yeah,
but he pretty much didn't. He just enjoyed the feeling of being a woman. I can't finish that sentence.
It's alright.
He just
enjoy it. He just enjoys it.
That's it. Good lord.
So much in this first
Oh my
episode.
God. And then on to episode 2, which is not as crazy as this one. Cleo, you need to talk more often, so I'm just letting you go ahead.
Episode 2, you have this guy who basically kidnaps an intern from this company because he wants to talk to the boss of that company. I think he used to work for it or what?
No, he just used it a lot.
He just used it a lot, so he basically
It's pretty much Facebook or MySpace or whatever.
Yeah, so basically this boss guy, and he wants to talk to him desperately, so he keeps the intern hostage, and he tries really hard to get in contact with this person because he wants to say something to him, and everybody basically gets involved. You know, the public starts to kind of get in on it. The FBI and even the people in the company, and everything just becomes a whole mess. And I'm not gonna say too much because I don't want to reveal it, but yeah, it was actually kind of a sad episode.
That was a really sad episode.
That was a very sad episode. I didn't particularly like the ending per se. I kind of get it, but it kind of, I don't want to spoil it, but
I wish it went one way, but it's sort of like a bittersweet ending because,
yeah,
what happened. Like, this one I can't spoil because this one is just sort of more, it's something that you want to, like, see for yourself and, like, really, like, absorb because, like, it tackles, like, the idea of, social media and, like, what it does. I mean, it's not even, like, it's heavy on social media and what it does to you, but that's pretty much, like, the whole concept of it. Just like, your phone and stuff. Your phone for social media.
Being consumed by it.
That's pretty much what it is. So, it's pretty much his adventure of, like, trying to talk to this top guy. Just, like, everything is going wrong, left and right. And he's making mistakes. He's, his hostage is making, things worse for him. Because, I mean, this is only the big, I can't even say anything like that either. So, it's just a scenario where things are just not looking well for this man. And you just want to see him, you sort of want to cheer for him.
Yeah.
In, like, the most weird way because he's taking a guy hostage. So, almost like that movie with Denzel. There's a movie like that.
John Q? Is it that one?
The one with the money and his son. And
I think it was John Q.
That was it?
Yeah.
Was it like he needs, like, he holds, like, a hospital hostage?
Yes.
Because his son needs a heart.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's almost like that scenario where like the guy is. But I'm not gonna say for like how
he's not a criminal because he won.
Yeah, exactly. It's like he has a motive. He has a vendetta to get, and it's like understandable from a human perspective, but like from the outside perspective, which we also focus on the most, from like the company's perspective, the police perspective, and even the public, because like they use the social media app to like broadcast everything that's happening in the area, and you sort of see like how everything sort of builds up. So like you start with like the small, like whatever, like the hostage situation, nobody knows about it, the police get involved, someone takes a picture and it starts to blow up like slowly and eventually, and it just starts growing and growing and growing until it ends in a certain way, good or bad. So, yeah, that was episode 2. Not really tears. It's just, damn. Just damn.
Suspense.
Oh, definitely suspense. Yeah,
Suspense.
You just want to see. You want to see what happens in the end because everything is just like flying all over the place, and you sort of see like the inside of like how police, sort of like manipulates people or like try to manipulate like people or like the media to their favor.
Yeah, sort of like how things are here.
Exactly. Like I said, Black Mirror is like very realistic when it comes to like their when it comes to like stuff about whatever the hell they do. And last episode,
whatever the hell they do.
I mean, it's like real life stuff.
I know, but the way you phrase it is crazy.
And the last episode is pretty much.
Actually, episode 3 was actually my favorite. I think maybe it's because like the music centric, episode of it. But basically, again, not say too much. You have this pop star. She is being like controlled by her aunt. Like her aunt wants her to be a certain way, but she want to kind of have her own identity. But it's kind of hard for her. And she, I don't know if this is spoiling it, but something happens to her, and her aunt in her condition and her niece's condition tries to like squeeze music out of her or something, literally. I know that sounds weird, but if you watch the episode, it'll make sense.
Of course it would.
Of course it will.
Yes, but like she tries to take advantage of her in her state. And, you know, another story that kind of goes intertwined is that this pop star, she releases like this little AI robot, like a little companion bot, so everybody can have their own little pop star at home. And this girl, she's a teenager, she's kind of lonely, doesn't have a lot of friends, and she kind of has it as a companion, but like in a way she kind of like forgets the fact that she has like her own sister, even though she kind of shuts her out. But again, if you watch it, it'll make sense. And like it's such a very strange episode, but it's kind of parts of it's kind of creepy, at least to me. But like I like the ending because I felt like it. I mean, I saw it coming kind of in a way, but like I like the ending because I felt like the pop star was able to kind of like see her own way, have her own path. But I guess that's the best way to describe the show. I don't want to show too
Yeah,
I don't want to say too much.
No, that's fine.
I'm
That's
trying hard
fine.
not to
That's
say
fine.
too many details, but I mean, that's my favorite episode personally. But and they even released a music like a mock music video that was shown in the episode recently. So I think that was actually kind of cool too. So just throwing it out there.
So they could use that extra footage.
Yeah.
But, I mean, out of all of them, which one has the strongest ending? I know you said the second one you didn't like, but what about the first one?
I think probably the third one, maybe. I guess because I felt like it felt like an actual ending. It felt like things kind of really changed. Like I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah.
I maybe I'm being biased because
I mean, we didn't watch it, but we're just saying what.
I mean, I think I get you though,
Yeah.
because looking with Black Mirror, like all their endings are like very, very unsatisfying to
For the
a
most
point.
part.
For the most part, because even the first episode, the way it is, it's like half and half. It's like it's satisfying, but it's also unsatisfying because like you want to see you sort of like want to see like a continuation of it, to see like how it'll go on from here on out, and to see like if it'll get better or worse. And it's just like, who knows? We ended right here, guys. End of the story.
It's
like,
it's funny because like in the first episode, I kind of expected, because the way I saw like the whole scenario, it's more like an addiction because Carl, he couldn't like stop trying to be with this person. So I thought the end was gonna be like him trying to get help, like because I don't know describe it to you because you know sex addiction does happen, and I felt like that's what he ended up falling into. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because like he was trying to like find a new love, and like even though he had like sex with like real people, he didn't find the same satisfaction from when he had sex with his homeboy. That's the only way I can play it, bro. But I get you. He probably is like a sex addict.
Yeah.
But like the ending, like I said, with that said, the ending sort of like made it like, you know, bittersweet.
Yeah.
Not even bittersweet, just like, you know, half and half. Like it's resolved, but at the same time it's not resolved, and it's like, fuck, man.
I'm not telling you shit.
Exactly.
So I guess
Yeah,
that's
Last
it.
Black Mirror, season 5, episodes
Christ.
1, 2, and 3. They're like when it comes to like Black Mirror, you can't like it's hard to like not spoil it. You have to see it for yourself. The only reason why we sort of spoiled the first one and like most of their scenarios is because that one was just
that was funny.
That one was
It's
just-
funny. It's just funny.
wow.
It's wild and funny.
It's just like look, listen. Nobody here has a problem with gay people or anything of that
Oh
matter.
my-
It's just like like we said before. This scenario is just so.
It's just funny.
It's just weird. It's funny. It's so.
They bought a game to play and they just end up having sex.
I mean, it's literally like saying, "Oh, I bought Smash Brothers. My favorite character is Wii Fit Trainer, and my homeboy decides to choose like someone like Ganondorf,
Ganondorf.
Or
and then no Ganondorf because Ganondorf's a huge dude.
He's a
He
huge
got
man.
a big stick." And then we just use that game VR wise.
And we just play. We play for an hour, right? And
You
then
don't
out of
even fight.
nowhere,
You don't even. We just smash.
yeah.
And it's like, why? And then we smash in the game, but we don't smash in real life. And it's like, is that cheating? Because we're only smashing in the game. We're not physically doing it, but in a way, it's like, we're in a commitment. Yeah.
one of them.
I don't
is-
know,
one of them
bro.
is- and one of them thinks, maybe this is not for me. But then they're like, but I like playing Smash though.
Oh my god, my head, son.
It's like your first Black Mirror episode
That one was just fuck me, bro.
with the kid who was
That one
who
was
was
just
a pervert.
that thing was just bad, bro. I hate. Oh,
You root for a character
I hated
that was
a
a scumbag.
that. I hated that.
Shut Up and Dance? Is that the name of the episode?
I don't think it was.
Is that the one that you rooted for the kid because you thought he was innocent the whole time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that Shut Up and Dance?
I think so, yeah.
I think that's what it was. So if you guys want to know what a real episode, not a real episode, if you guys want to know what a Black Mirror episode is like, I recommend the episode that fucked me up, which is Shut Up and Dance. Which I hope that's the title. It probably won't be.
I don't know. Somebody
I
look
trust
at
Cleo.
Netflix
I trust
account.
Cleo. Either way, any episode is, I believe, is like enough to like fuck you over in some way or form.
Yeah.
Black Mirror, y'all. Son of a bitch. And with that, that's our episode. That's episode 20 of SiXFramesPodcast. Yeah,
Yeah, we
covered
end the
video
show.
games. Covered
Video
TV
games.
shows.
I mixed up Ghost Ninja Apocalypse with sci-fi.
Yeah, but that's how it is. It was great E3. Days Gone sounds amazing. Black Mirror sounds as crazy as ever. Highly recommend the games. Look into them. Highly recommend the show. Look into it.
Yeah.
Choose your preference.
2000
Everything is optional.
2019 and 2020 is gonna be a broke year.
Oh hell yeah! Compared with all the movies and merchandise and all the games coming out these past 2 years, yeah, we're gonna be. Prepare your wallets, bro. Prepare your wallets. If you're not working now, you ain't working forever. That's all I'm saying. You need to gotta get that moolah for whatever's coming up. But yeah, 6 Frames, episode 20.
20. Woo.
Woo!
Guys, now listening, we're on Spotify. Check us out.
Like we said, options.
I'm
Nice to
Sebastian.
have options.
And I'll see you next time.
Oh yeah, and this is the last time we're gonna.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Don't worry, I got a gift for you. Can we comp-
Yeah, let me borrow Persona for you.
No, for real, we both be in Persona with me, and we rekindle our relationship.
That's y'all. That's y'all. Y'all have fun.
What about
I'm going back, honey.
you and I were gonna play Smash. What do you mean?
No, I'm not. Now that's Smash, bro.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite monster hunter here, Zed. If you like what you heard and you have any questions, email us at SiXFramesPodcast@gmail.com. Again, that is SiXFramesPodcast@gmail.com. If you also like what you heard and you want to hear some of our old stuff, follow us at YouTube at SiXFramesPodcast. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. Also, you can follow us at Podbean. Another website you can follow us at is Apple Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and rate. We need those rankings. And remember, good hunting.